Today we are going on an adventure. I have been stuck in the city for the last month and I am slowly losing my mind. So it is about time that we get out of the city, go on another adventure. I'm going to take you guys somewhere I've never been before. I recently had another van life friend who posted a place that looked pretty cool. And I was like, where is that? And it is in California. And they gave me the location, so we're gonna head there. Hopefully it will be lots of fun. During this video, while we're going on this adventure, we're gonna talk about something that I get asked most often, which is, are you scared? It seems to be the number one question that everyone asks me all the time over all of the years of traveling, are you scared? And the short answer is yes, all the time, every day, no matter what I'm doing. I am always scared. So let's talk about it. So we made it out here into the mountains. Walter is doing a little bit of exploring because he's lawless. I was hoping to do this little hike that I saw, but I can't find the entrance to it. That's one problem. Walter, come here. I can't find the entrance to it. I mean, I see footprints down here, so like this might be it, but the view is really pretty. Park here, enjoy the view for a little bit, and then me and Walter would try and find something else to do. Walter, come here. Walter, come here. Come here. Good boy. Look at you. Look at you, little muffin. Hi. So I'm just gonna enjoy the view, and then after that, maybe I'll try and find a hike after Klaus has cooled down a bit and I can top up his oil, especially going up and down all of these inclines and declines in the mountains. I want to make sure that he has everything he needs to. Got to take care of everyone. And then maybe we'll be able to hit a small trail before we park for the evening, and then tomorrow will be our big hike. And if you're wondering why I'm crouched down like this does go into the video. So this video I'm talking about, am I scared? And I told you, yes, I'm scared all the time. And that's even one of the reasons why I'm crouched down right now. So I am close to a road and I do my best to be unseen, to be completely honest. Whenever I'm on the road, I try and be as little noticed as possible. That way I am less of a target. So I am crouched down on a lower point to where the road cannot see me talking to you. So that way no one knows that there's a girl in that van over there. It is also such a shame how much trash people just dump out in nature all the time. There's even more on the other side of that over there. Oh, it is hot now, huh? So as we go on adventures together, you guys will start to realize that I never know what I'm doing. Absolutely never. I came out here hoping to do one hike and then I couldn't find it. And then I started researching where I'm planning on going tomorrow. And then I realized that parking can be really rough and the road is pretty rough from all the reviews that I've seen. Also, it's the unknown, which always causes me a lot of anxiety and stress. So I'm going to drive the 1 hour and the 55 miles now over to where the trailhead is. Check it out. There should be a lot of places for me to park over there. I've never parked there before. I don't know if I'll have service, so I downloaded a few movies to watch and things to watch for this evening. I checked Klaus's oil, and yeah, we're gonna hope for the best and make our way there.
I've climbed the mountains in Montana, danced in the lights of New Orleans. Portland ran away with me, and San Francisco stayed with me. Nashville made its way in between. Fell in love in Minnesota.
I ended up passing the exit that I was supposed to take, and I had to drive another like 20 minutes because I'm in the middle of the desert and there was nowhere to like turn around. And it makes me so happy to be on the road. Even just driving, be in the middle of nowhere, not know where I'm going, honestly brings me so much joy. View. Even Walter's enjoying the view, right, Walter? Yeah, hi baby. Just out in the middle of nowhere. We have this road, and then I'll camp tonight, that's the plan. And then we will have some more road to drive tomorrow to the trailhead. My friend did warn me that the road would be rough. I appreciate the warning. We finally made it to our campsite. Completely different campsite. Honestly, probably the one I should have gone to in the beginning. That was like pretty much off the road and would have saved me driving for 45 minutes down weird roads. Good. Plus is I have cell phone service here. So that's great because I'm gonna be able to access the internet, use the phone and everything. Downside is there are other campers here, which is fine. Everybody's enjoying nature, right? The other downside is that because I'm not gonna be able to take that road to go to the trail I wanted to go to, I am going to have to, look how pretty it is. But because I'm not going to be able to take that road, I am going to have to go back to another road tomorrow and down and go ahead and use this other road to park for the trail. I ended up paying $5 for parking at this resort as a hiker, so I'm gonna have to redo my entire map for tomorrow's hike, which is also good that I have service right now so I can do that. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a nice peaceful night out here. It's so pretty. Look at this. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi! Are you ready to be inside? Are you ready for dinner? Oh, you're so precious. Look at you. It's so pretty. So excited to be out away from the city and in a new place and whatnot. Big hike tomorrow, 16 miles. Don't even know if I'll be able to do it, but at least now we have a Garmin in reach to come save us. I'm kidding, mostly. Gotta pack the bag. All right, gonna make some dinner and I'll see you guys later. That cool desert nature air is coming in through the vent right now, and it hits so different. Like in the city, it'll be a little cool and I'll be like, oh, it's freezing, it's so cold. But out here, like the air that's coming in through the fan and through the open window, it's so refreshing. It is so healing. It's like, it's made of something different. It has to be made of something different because it feels so nice. It feels so incredibly nice. By the way, look at my flowers. They're starting to die, but they were really pretty, and I put some up here in this little coffee cup, or this teapot. I'm just so happy to be on the road and to not be in the city and to be somewhere new. I'm so excited. It's currently 5:30 a.m. and we are on our way to the trailhead. It should be a 30-minute drive. We have arrived to our parking spot. The moon is still out. It's one of that, like, it's that cool air right now that says adventure, right? It also says but mostly it says adventure. And if all goes well, we have a 16-mile hike ahead of us today. Right, Walter? Yeah. Are you ready for breakfast? Breakfast? Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. Say goodbye to the van. How my trail is starting with some decorations and art. Little walkway made of sticks. So here I am, packed and overpacked for my 16 miles of hiking to a thing that's supposed to be pretty freaking cool. We'll see. I have an yerba mate because I like to start my day with caffeine. And then Walter is in the van. 16 miles is way too much for him in one day. Honestly, I think it might be way too much for me. I am definitely overpacked because I am an overly cautious person at times, often. I started the GPS. Hopefully it'll all be good. We already hit one of the main attractions a lot sooner than I thought. So we're gonna take a quick look in here and then we're gonna keep going because I want to be here before a whole bunch of people show up. But I still have 16 miles to do, so. There's also an upstairs area. Oh, look. This is where people used to be able to store their luggage up here. Very cool. Look how pretty. There's birds in here. I was wondering what I saw. Okay, let's go get our stuff. Continue our hike. Because I could play all day. It feels really silly for me to be like taking my can and putting it in this little bag to put it in my backpack and pack out my trash, which I would do no matter what anyways, obviously. But it seems really silly when everything is covered in trash. But we have to be part of the solution and do what we do and stick to our morals, not what everyone else is doing. So as I walk away from the spooky thing that many people would think was spooky and wouldn't go in there, the topic of this video, am I scared? Are you scared? Yes, all the time. I think about what could happen if there was someone in there. I think about what if I fell when I was jumping and I hurt my leg? What if I don't have enough water? I think about all of those things. But you only have two options in life. You can decide to do something even though you're scared, or you cannot do something. And that's as simple as it is. To make it more complex than that, though, I have never felt comfortable anywhere. I've never sat in someone's house hanging out with people and felt comfortable. I've never sat at a dinner table with my own family and felt comfortable. And I think that's one of my superpowers at this point, is I've been living so long, so much of my life, uncomfortable and scared every moment of saying the wrong thing and doing the wrong thing, that doing these types of things, they strike the same nerve of discomfort, of anxiety, but here I get beauty as well. Here I get excitement. Here I get wonder. And the other difference is when I'm out here alone, I only have to rely on myself, which is a scary thing for a lot of people. For me, I've gotten used to it over the years, but if I am only relying on me and I trust in myself, and each time I have an adventure and I succeed, I trust in myself a little bit more, then that continues to amplify over time to make it to where there's a little bit less anxiety for each future instance where I do something that's scary. I still get anxious, I still get uncomfortable, and I truly don't think that'll ever go away. I think that's just part of my being. There are many days where I wake up in the van in a place that I've parked many times before. I don't know if you can see. There's a pretty bluebird right there. I have a poem in my book called A Small Bluebird. There are many days I wake up in my van in a place that I've parked before, and I feel scared to even walk outside of my van and go to the park, worried about if someone will recognize me or harass me for living in a van. If, I don't know, there's gonna be an argument or a disagreement on the street, and you still have to choose to wake up and go outside. The only other option is not doing what you want to do, what you hope to do. If you're constantly waiting for someone else to do something with you, oftentimes you won't end up doing it. And if you do end up doing it, it might take a lot longer for it to be done. You might not end up doing it as fully as you'd like. One of the biggest issues I find with me doing things with other people is I don't get to fully be present. I'm so worried about them and making them happy and taking care of them, which is my own problem, that I don't get to stop and look at the nice view. One of the things I think about often whenever I'm out hiking, two things. One is how much I love my legs and my feet. And even though they're not as strong as I'd like them to be, they have taken me to so many cool places. Like, that is so awesome to think about. Like, without your feet and your legs, where would you have gone? Two birds. Or where would I have gone, at least? And then the other side of that is I think about how grateful I am to be able to do this physically, because there are so many people who don't have access to places like this because maybe they have some type of disability or injury, or their health isn't good enough. And that also motivates me to come out and do these things, because you don't know, my eyes watering, you don't know if, when, how long you'll be able to do these types of things. Oh my God, people, for the love of God. Oranges are trash. Do not put your orange peels or your oranges on the ground. There's one right there. The trash. Pick them up. Everything is so tall. I wish that the camera never picks it up, but I wish that the camera could somehow show how tall what is directly in front of me is. I feel like a little ant. Maybe we should all feel like little ants sometimes. To feel, I don't know, like the world is okay. And everything doesn't matter that much. Everything matters a lot. There's a hummingbird up there. You see it? Probably not. I don't know what's more sketchy, the old boards or the new boards that people put up. I'm gonna take these tracks here over these boards. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the train tracks over. There's like double reinforcement here over that. Oh my. We're about to go into this tunnel right here, and then the trail will continue somewhere. We should be going into those tunnels over there. I don't know if you can see them. So many people ask, am I scared? Yep. My heart's racing right now. What if I trip? What if the air in here is bad? What if, I don't know, a snake bites me that I can't see that's in here? What if a person's hiding in here? What if a zombie apocalypse takes over right now? But we end up at the same decision. Are we gonna do it? Or are we gonna let our fears stop us from doing it? And each time you do something that's a little bit scary, you gain more confidence to do something else that might be a little bit scary. Because you made it. I used to be scared of the dark. I still am. Not as much. I don't think that things you fear ever completely go away. I think that you just realize that it's gonna be okay. My degree is in psychology, and they have a therapy in psychology that is a therapy of exposure and habituation, which the premise is that you expose yourself to things that scare you, and you keep doing that over and over again until the nervous system learns that there's no like real present danger there, and over time your nervous system doesn't flare up and respond as severely. After all these years, my nervous system still responds, just not as bad. We're gonna do it, we're gonna figure it out. And even though it might not be okay, it usually is. So we do have an end goal, a place that we are currently walking to, which is what adds up to that 16 miles, even though all of this has been beautiful. Hopefully it'll be worth it. I'm sure it will be. Get some exercise, be outside, practice carrying a backpack. All aboard. Let's see if I can do this without knocking over my trekking poles. Okay. Oh, looks like there's been a fire in here. There's definitely been a fire in here. Call the insulation mesothelioma. There's enough ventilation, right? That insulation up there, with how old this train is probably one of the more dangerous things that I'll do. The only one with train cars left, or seats. Time to get out of here before I develop some type of cancer. Which truly is what I'm scared of. The one bad thing about my trekking poles like this is when I jump down off of stuff, they hit things. So let's take those down so we don't break them. Oh, okay. My knee brace came loose. There's like those black things sticking up right there. That was part of the train. I saw out the corner of my eye. I thought it was a person. It startled me. I think the equivalent of being at work and trying to eat lunch, and as soon as you eat lunch it gets busy and there's a lot of customers. The equivalent of that is when you're hiking. You won't see anyone for hours. And the moment you pee, bam, there's a person. Out of nowhere. The trail goes that way, but there's all this debris. And there's a tunnel over there that's closed off. There's a tunnel over here that's not closed off though. Ooh, creepy. So pretty. Another thing I think of often whenever I'm hiking and out on adventures like this is, how did I end up here? And I don't mean that literally, I mean that like philosophically. I didn't do anything at all like this for almost my entire life. I am 35 years old and I never went on a hike. I never went on adventures. I never camped. I never went outdoors. I shopped at TJ Maxx and bought cute clothes and went to the club, danced for most of my life. And it wasn't until I was like 30 years old until I went on my first hike. Maybe I went on like one or two before that, but like I wouldn't even call them hikes. And then I didn't even know what a national park was when I was younger. I didn't learn or think about the existence of national parks until I was in my 30s. And I can tell you, past Kathleen would have never gone in that cave even that much, or that tunnel even that much. Past Kathleen would have never come out here alone. Past Kathleen would have never chosen to walk for hours just because. So I often think, how did I get here? Obviously a series of choices and decisions and steps, one after the other, over and over again. But I'm reminded of my younger self and how she was way too scared to do any of these things. And maybe that's the part inside of me that still has fear. It's my younger self who still exists in here and in here, who still tells me, don't do that, that's scary, you're gonna get hurt, or there's gonna be a monster in that cave, or I don't know, the hills have eyes type of people. It's crazy how much a person can change in even 5 years. This area right here so far has been the sketchiest part of the hike, just due to, here is better, but the ledge has been really small and it's been angled. So it's probably the sketchiest it's been so far. Can you imagine how nice it would have been when the train was operable to have ridden through the mountains out here? Especially, I don't know, however old this train is. Maybe I'll remember to look it up if I can find it. But I'm sure that it would have been less drought ridden, more green, more trees, cleaner. Oh, it must have been just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a bird over here somewhere. I can hear its wings flapping. There's some bugs. Glad I brought bug spray just in case. Bug spray should always be on the list of things to bring on any hike. What is it about grass that makes me so happy? I don't know. But I just want to lay there. I'm not going to do it, especially because there's rocks in it. And also I don't want to hurt the grass. But I want to go back to Crater Lake National Park so badly and just spend a day laying in the grass and relaxing. Looks like one of the things that helps the train turn around. And then we have another cave over here. We'll go this way. So the thing that kind of freaks me out is how deep these crevices go behind all these pillars. That's actually the thing that kind of creeps me out a bit. If it was just a flat wall, I think it would be less scary. But what can you do, right? We have another one coming up. Thinking about how a past me would have never done what I'm doing right now. And the fact that I am even 70% okay with what I'm doing is outstanding. I am currently walking through an underground tunnel by myself in the dark and not having a panic attack. It looks a lot lighter on here because of the camera, and I have you on super night mode, but it is nearly pitch black in here except for this. That is all of the light that is in here. Besides that, it is nothing. With this light coming in through the end of the tunnel, I actually can't even see the ground I'm walking on right now. And I am purposely walking through here without my headlight on to challenge myself, because I want to be able to feel comfortable doing things that are uncomfortable. And the only way I can do that is by challenging myself. I will tell you, this tunnel is a lot longer than I thought it would be. And I feel like I'm walking into the light right now because it is so dark and so long and so bright at the end. So it is so bright on that side of the tunnel that you can see. I just turned around. You can see all the rocks lit up. Around the tunnel. Wild. I also want to say this is the first time I've done anything like this ever. So thanks for being here, being part of the journey as I do something that is scary with you. What's interesting is from this side, the entire tunnel is lit up, even though when we walked through it, it was pitch black. And all we could see was this light. A light at the end of the tunnel. What's also really interesting is from that way, we couldn't see anything. I couldn't see if someone was coming. I couldn't see where I was walking. But people on this side, they would have been able to see me perfectly clear, stumbling through that tunnel, completely blind. If that isn't a metaphor showing itself in real life. We're getting there. I'm glad those didn't fall off of my hat when I was walking around. That would have been bad. This is, I guess, one of the few remaining fully wood bridges, which is fun. And yeah.
Fell apart south of Salt Lake. Colorado calls to me, and Washington will always be begging for a piece of me to stay. Maybe some things never change, but I wanna know how it feels to hang pictures on a wall, sleep in the same bed at night. I want reasons to stay, I want someone to take up my time, to miss me when I go.
Stood up too quick.
I've swam the beaches on the west coast, climbed the trees of Caroline. I felt the city streets of Boston underneath my feet, heard the sound of subways down the line, walked the lakesides of Wisconsin, and bathed in springs of Idaho. I could use a day or two, or even just an afternoon, getting myself lost in Chicago.
Trying to walk over to the center because I have my camera in my backpack over there, and so I can get some footage of me on the bridge. And this side of the bridge is very insecure. And that's the side I'll need to stand on to take a photo. But also, I swear I stepped on this bridge. Maybe I just had like some vertigo for a second, but I stepped on the bridge and I swear I felt the bridge move. So I jogged over here, but we'll just politely, nicely walk down. Path up here behind me that the couple had just come down and then gone back up, where you're like scrambling rocks. Let's see if you can see it. That path back there? That is the original path that I had planned to take yesterday. And I didn't get to take it because the road was too bumpy to take. And then I changed my entire hiking plan. And I'm really glad because I really enjoyed this hike. I thought this hike was beautiful. It wasn't like super strenuous or anything. I got to like go through some tunnels and like work on my fear of the dark or whatever. And still got to get to the bridge. I had a better place to park where it was less stressful to try and drive on the road. So if your plans are ever not going right, I have found that usually it's because there is a better alternative. Kind of like this change in plans for where I was going to park, where I was going to start the hike, and what hike I was going to do. So if your first plan fails, don't give up. It's probably for the best. And so if it takes us another 5 hours to get back, we'll be ending the hike at like 5. So I think it's probably a good time to turn around and go back to the van and go see Walter, my little love. I hope I got that on camera. So we are now heading back. Woo! There's like a walking path down there, but I am not a daredevil enough to do that. We have probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to walk back, mainly because I walk really slow. And then we'll be back at the van. So right now it is, I don't even know what time. What time is it? Forgot to look. Oh, it's 1:11 exactly. Right now is 1:11. I am beat. My left leg is particularly tired. So far I've done 10 miles. I am on my return back. The wind has picked up a bit and I'm walking into the wind, which is good for not being hot, but bad for resistance, wind resistance. Eventually we'll make it there. We have, I think, 4 hours until dusk, just because we're in the mountains. So it is, the sun will set a bit sooner. Found a pen out here in the middle of nowhere. It's odd. Going to put my trekking poles on, might play some music, get myself in the zone, push through. To experience how windy it is right now. As you can tell, we have not made it back to the van yet, but it's just so beautiful. I wanted to take y'all out and show you. I have, I think, like 4 miles left until I get back to the van. I'm feeling a bit better as I get closer, so that's good. I am in good spirits. How could I not be when I'm surrounded by such beauty? And it's the perfect amount of sun, and there's gorgeous rocks and mountains. Cool things to look at, like trains. Look at these cars that fell off the side of the mountain. I tried to show you guys earlier. I don't know if you could see them. Wouldn't that be scary though? We were just over there on that road, and now we're here. Back to that sketchy cliffside that I was talking about earlier. Right there, like that. I still have probably at least 5 miles. So right now, I'm pretty sure we follow this road. It goes around that long way next to that tunnel. Then we go up, 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 and then all the way over there after weaving around all of these. We'll start to go straight again on the train tracks. And I am absolutely beat. Absolutely beat. But we only have one choice. That's to keep going. I just stopped for a second, did a little stretch. And we keep walking. Gotta admit, I am struggling at the moment. I have about 2 more miles left, and I am so tired. So, I'm gonna sit here for a minute. Give the legs a moment. Give the back a moment too. Have a snack. I don't exercise as much as I should because I work so much. It is very windy. We should get back before the sun goes over those mountains right there. So we have another mile, and I gotta say, my legs are giving out on me. We have made it back. I am exhausted. Walter is very happy to see me, and I'm very happy to see him. Right, Walter? Right, Walter? Hi. Now it's time to take off the shoes, put a few things away, and then go find a campsite for tonight.